Yo, I think that volume profile is super cool. I think it's extremely intuitive. It just makes a lot of sense. Um, and there's no, I mean, there's speculation on how to use volume profile, but the results are, it's the data. It's just a way to see the data. Why would you ever have volume bars on the bottom like this? Like this. Okay. All right, boom. I kind of see it here. All right, boom. All right, we see some volume up here in the morning open. Okay. Like, why would I have volume on the bottom? I don't know. I'm not looking at individual bars. I think the basis should be just like in general sense. I mean, a lot of trading, I think, shouldn't be so freaking concise. It should be in general. Where is the volume? Where are the buyers and sellers? And basically, you see here that let's take so it starts, these boxes, these horizontal bars is the volume, the number of contracts traded. It's not number of transactions. It's not, number yeah. That's it. I mean, it's not buying or selling. It's both of them. It's buying and selling. It's if someone were to buy, there's another person selling. Whether they're exiting or entering, the world will never know. We won't know. So, because you can't see open interest, which is the open orders, open contracts holding one person holding short. That's a one open interest. You won't see that until the end of the day. It's not posted intraday. It won't be posted intraday. So, anyways, this is the volume profile, and I wanted to show. So, like, this is the morning open at 8:30. Let's go to this bottom. Like, let's say 10. Let's say 10:30. So 8:30 to 10:30. Where was the volume? A lot less, obviously, but I just want to see if there's any predictability about this. So here's the volume here. So we see that it started off the morning session and pushed lower. And I'm actually going to do till 8 a.m. because actually the metals, which this is crude oil, opens at 8 o'clock, not 8:30. Even though, I mean, they all open, but I'm just saying the daytime does. We see that, look, this is only till 10:30. This vertical line, this is the volume until 10:30. We see that there's volume on top, there's volume on bottom. And there in between, there's pretty much no volume. I mean, there's not much volume. There's very low volume. That means price would likely, I mean, this is all hindsight. Everybody says, oh, I'm just painting the picture. It's true. It's hindsight. I'm not predicting this. It's already happened. I'm just saying that. Is there predictability about it? There might be. I mean, look at the high, look at the low, and look at in between. There needs to be a bridge there, and therefore there's price goes from the low to the high in a range-like fashion. And you see the volume has sold short in the morning. It's getting bought up, and the volume's down here, and now I would assume, like, if it wants to leap upwards, why would you sell in the middle? You just sell at the other side of the volume where everybody else is, that's the agreed upon price. That's where everybody's open P&L is, or that's where, yeah, I mean, that's where people are out for break even or whatever. I don't know. That's where people entered and exited an agreed upon price here up here. And then on the bottom, this is where they did it too. So at 10:30, this horizontal vertical line, when it starts to rally upwards, all right, if we're going to see a breakout and we can get in on candlesticks or whatever reasons, a little zone retest, I don't know, breakout, range breakout, I don't know. But using volume profile, we can just see that, all right, in this circumstance, when it's always a big on top, big on bottom, and nothing in the middle, this is likely to leap into range. It's likely to leap to the other side if it's gonna go to the other side. So what do we know? We don't hold target. We hold targets all the way to the top. We hold them to the top. It doesn't pay otherwise. So let's move into to the top. After it gets to the top, let's say at 11 before it gets to the top at 11 o'clock, I want to see this. Before it gets to the top at 11 o'clock here, because I'll show you. All right, there it is. So before it gets to the top, boom, it gets to the top. It's like right here right now, before it gets to the top. And the top is right here. I want to see what happens after it gets to the top. Does it sell off? Does it sell off? So let's go till noon. Let's go till noon. This is kind of confusing, but I just want to see if the bars, increase that top area. Look at how much that increased. Does that make sense? Like this bar, look how much it popped off, bro. That means people, from down here, it went up here and they absolutely sold off. Sold off or bought, I don't know. It looks like it sold off. I don't know if they're selling short or getting out of their longs. I don't know. But all I know is that the volume came from here and they did not let go of their contracts until it came up here. And that's where the volume is. And I think volume, if we're ever going to look at volume, we should look at volume profile. Absolutely. Let's take a look at till the end of the day. I think it tails off till the end of the day, but let's go to all the way to the end. And now let's see how the volume changes. Let's see where it happens. Look at that. Wow. So we see dramatically that the high, the low, this is the range up and down. And in the overnight session, when this thing opens in Sunday night, if it comes all the way up here, you bet your bottom dollar that we're shorting. Why would the overnight session crack the daily range? Likely not. Likely not. The volume in the overnight does not have the big people involved. It can't, because they disrupt the market. And the market makers are not required to conduct their business in the overnight. They conduct their business from 8 a.m. onwards. It's written in the frickin' law book. I've read a New York's market making contract from the New York Stock Exchange, not futures, but I reckon they're probably the same, very similar. From 8:30, so they aren't required after hours trading. They aren't required anything. It's from 8:30. You have to be in the market. You have to have these bids and asks there. You have to have them there and waiting and providing liquidity for a stock in which the market makers subscribe to. If they're not doing their job, they don't get paid, and they get a stipend from the New York Stock Exchange. The exchange wants liquidity. That's why they pay for these market makers. And people do market make. People do that. Businesses do that. And they're not going to be involved in the overnight, dude. So if the overnight is actionable, let's use the overnight boundaries. Let's use these boundaries in the overnight session and make money in the overnight as peasants, bro. We're peasants. When the light, we're scavenging. We're animals that scavenge at night. And then when the frickin' daytime, the sun rises, we scatter away when the fucking elephant stampede comes in. Because we're just little mice, bro. I'm just a little mouse. I just want a little block of cheese and run away. Feed my family of mice. See all this cheese? I got this for you, bro. I got this. I got all this cheese for you. Yeah, these elephants are really doing it, but I'm just a mouse, bro. Just a mouse. So yeah, I think volume profile is absolutely an indicator. I think it's so cool. And look, I'm not a big indicator guy. Not a big indicator guy because I just don't want to distort what what distort anything, because a lot of indicators distort the price action. It uses the inputs, the high, the low, the open, close of all these bars and creates an indicator out of it. This is not. This is volume. I never look at volume because it's too confusing to look at the volume on the bottom. It just doesn't make sense to me. It's like, all right, okay, then this bottom, is this bottom important because the volume's there? Huh, I don't know. Volume horizontally is giving me new data and not distorting the data that's underlying. It's just giving me new data. It's giving me volume. I think that's really, really cool. I really do. I'm all in favor of volume profile. I really am. I'm not certain. I'm just in the beginning stages of how to really use it, but I don't doubt that it's super important. Yeah. So that's my review of volume profile. All right. Peace.
Not one of them involving you. Just watch my wildest dreams come true.